Alright y'all, hey, I'm back with another video. So if you see the last video, I basically had a conversation that I felt that was needed for my son in the situation we're going through. At the moment, I started making my youngest something to eat, and it made me think about another topic. So basically, just to summarize the last video, I was basically trying to explain to my son what we went through while we went through the situation, but letting him know that he was still being seen in the midst of a situation that he felt like he wasn't being seen in. And in this scenario, it made me think about something. See, a lot of times as kids, we don't understand what the parents are really going through, because even though there are some parents that do tell the kids everything. For me, I told my kids everything that was going on. The only thing that I couldn't explain to them was death. Like, we went through certain things with like my son, his best friend died. And I had a friend when I was a kid that died. And when somebody died at a young age, especially in your age range, is a hard thing to take in. And knowing that situation happened put my son in depression. And I didn't understand how to communicate certain things because I didn't want him to be in depression. And I was a little tough on him because I gave him the same response I received at a point. But I try to motivate, and I didn't give him enough of time to to mourn the situation. Okay, I didn't give him enough of time to mourn it, and it caused a lot of rifts. And only reason when that happened, I was also going through my own situation where I could feel like my life was on the line. So it's like, if he can't handle that situation with his own friend, how can a mother come to your child and say, hey babe, your mom going through a lot of stuff right now, mentally right now, and I don't know if I'm going to make it, but I'm trying to make it through. But some days I feel like it's going to be my last day. That's something you can't really tell your child. You understand? And so what happens when you can't speak about how something feels? You internalize it to the point that it turns into something. It's like a fungus. It's like putting fruit or putting food in the refrigerator, like leftovers. You're putting thoughts into the refrigerator and saying, I'm going to come back and eat them later. I mean, I'm going to tell you this information later. But before you know it, those leftovers, those thoughts keep sitting in the refrigerator for so long till it turns bad. And it get a bad smell, bad odor to the point you can't eat it. And what happens with thoughts that you cannot be able to express? After a while, they turn into other emotions, anger, anxiety, and stuff. And before you know it, if you don't take it out of the refrigerator, meaning if you don't communicate it, guess what? It causes an odor in the refrigerator. It causes a bad smell. So when I'm holding those internal thoughts about my life, it can come out as anger. It can come out as sadness. As I told you, I cried a lot. It could come out like that because it's like, I want to tell you, but I can't. Now these emotions are turning into something else. So when they do something, you snap before you realize it, because you don't want to take that food out of the refrigerator. You don't want to take the emotions out. But you don't realize those emotions internalize into something worse than what it is. Now you forcing them to go in the refrigerator to pull it out of you. And they don't even know that it's in the refrigerator. They're looking like, what's wrong? What's going on? Like, why are you crying? Why are you going through this? And you don't get it. You don't understand. Just go in your room. Just do this. Just do that. You just don't understand. And it's like, but they like, we trying to figure out, Mom, what's going on? What's wrong? What's bothering you? But you trying to keep that food in the refrigerator because you don't want nobody to know that it's still there. You understand? And in this life, in this world, sometimes we hold on to a lot of food and it goes bad. And when people do care that come to us, we project that out differently because we hoping that they go in the refrigerator and clean it out themselves. It's like in a way, it's like, Dad, I hope he can figure out, like, I'm going through these moments where I don't feel like I'm going to live, like these suicidal thoughts and this. Can they figure out that's what's going on with me? I'm giving signs, like they see me acting out of the norm. They see me out there doing things that I don't normally do. Can they figure it out? Because I don't want to say it. you know, I don't want to tell them that this is what's going on, but I need them to do it, because if I say it, they're going to think that I'm trying to project, force them to eat something that I know they don't want. Like, why am I giving them old food for? Because I know it's going to spoil. I know it's going to mess them up. I know it's going to hurt them. I know they're going to get sick off of that. So I'm like, if they can go in the refrigerator themselves and pull that energy out without me have to say that that's what it is, and they can say, hey, Mom, what, you having some bad thoughts about yourself? You going through some moments or something? Yes, okay, now you brought the topic up. Now I can talk about it. Now I can let it go because you brought it up. I didn't force the information on you. You chose to get the information out of me. Sometimes it don't work that way. And what happens is that food stay in there for so long that it causes more contamination to the other foods, to the other fruits, to the other things. And the smell gets so bad that no one can tolerate it. The smell gets so bad that everybody go through something. And it's because you holding on to that food that you supposed to gave long time ago. Then you didn't want to throw it away. And you was hoping that somebody else can figure it out. And see, this is what gets to the next part. See, that's why I try to communicate with the kids and stuff. Because this is where it happens. Now, they going through something. Now the kids now they feel like, I don't know what's going on. So now they got food that they want to give me, because they trying to sit back and give me love and give me attention, give me this, give me that. And I'm like, I don't want it. So they keep putting that love and stuff into that refrigerator and hoping that you come back and get the love, accept the love that I do care about you, Mom. I do care about your thoughts. I do. But the thing about it is, you're so focused on the food that's in your refrigerator, you're trying to cover it up so nobody can't smell it, that you don't realize that their love is being spoiled. Now you don't realize that the love they was trying to give you, now it's in the refrigerator waiting for you to come and eat it, but you don't want it at the time because you're so focused on not allowing them to look at the food you have. And now their love is turning bad. Now it's turning to anger and hate, because they looking at like, every time I try to give you this food, you don't want it. Every time I try to give you this love, you don't want it. Every time I try to give you the attention, you don't want it. And now their food turns bad. Now they holding on something, and they waiting for you to go in their refrigerator and say, hey babe, I want you to understand that I do love you. I do appreciate you. I do understand you. But the problem is, I was going through these suicidal thoughts, and I didn't want to give that out to you. See, a lot of times in this world, we wait to the last minute. We wait so late to the point that that food goes so rotten and goes to the point that it been left in there so long. Have y'all ever seen food that been left in the refrigerator so long that it gets to the point that it gets a bad smell, to the point it don't smell at all? Have you ever noticed that? If you leave, and I know some people like, I ain't never had that problem. Well, that's what happens. Something can spoil in the refrigerator and it get a smell. And what happens is, after a while, the odor changes to a point that the smell eventually goes away because it's morphed and mutated into something different. But it's still in the refrigerator. How many of y'all kids out here, now they grown and they older, and they giving you everything that you gave them? Because they mutated into you now, holding on to that old food and don't understand why they feeling the way they do. Don't understand what's really going on with them, because they forgot that they left that food in the refrigerator 10 years ago. And then what happens is, now you clean your refrigerator out. You finally release what was going on in your refrigerator. But now they're giving you back everything you gave them. But it wasn't the fact you gave it to them. You held on to it. But because you held on to it, they feel like you was trying to poison them. How many of y'all kids out here been hateful towards you and done some mean stuff to you because they wanted you to feel what they went through? They wanted you to see how it felt. Close the door behind you. They wanted you to see how it felt to be unseen. They want you to see how it felt to not give love. They want you to see how it felt to be ignored. They want you to see how it felt to be yelled at. They wanted you to see how it felt to be mistreated. A lot of kids do that. When you need somebody to talk, when you need somebody to talk, don't want to talk to you because you didn't talk to them. You didn't explain to them. And now they up and grown and mad at you and not realizing you was trying to save your life. You was trying to keep from dying. You was trying not to project that energy onto them, but it still manifested. And manifested into something else. See, in one sense, you're thinking like, oh, that's small. That ain't that, like it's something small. But it always turned into something bigger. There are a lot of adults out here in the world that has been mean. It's no different than if your parent walk away from you and they left you alone as a child and they walk away and don't want to be in life. But then eventually they figure out that they had food spoiled from when they was younger or from a bad relationship. And they finally let go of that food. And now they coming to you and saying, hey, can we talk and this and that? And you're like, nope. Because you never came and ate the food I gave you. Nope. You never checked this to pull that information out of me. Nope. Now you get to see how I feel. And all you keep trying to say is, let it go, let it go. I'm here. I see the love. I feel the love. I didn't understand the love. I didn't appreciate the love. I didn't appreciate the information. I'm sorry. I'm here. But you're looking at it. You left me hanging for 10 years. I guess I'm going to leave you hanging for 10 years. But the crazy part about it is we get so stuck worrying about how long someone left the food in the refrigerator that by the time we acknowledge that what we was mad for wasn't that serious, it's too late now, because now the person is in the trash. You can't apologize to someone that's dead. You can't get years back for someone that's dead. Everyone in the world has something that's stuck in the refrigerator. And I understand that you want the other people to figure out what it is. But it's time for you to go in your refrigerator and acknowledge the food that you had in there. And it's time for you to throw your own food in the trash and express to the people what's really going on while you got a chance. And for the kids out here that may not understood what the parents was going through, and I'm not saying that they was right for what they done, and I'm not saying they was wrong for what they done, but don't wait until you go to the trash can and the garbage man come to pick it up, and now you asking for somebody to recycle the paper. On that note, y'all have a blessed day.